Hey y'all, and once again, welcome back to What Can I Do Today? Where I ask myself every day, what can I do to take them baby steps towards becoming more and more self-sufficient here on my homestead? Today is a different video that I usually do. This is for the women. So today's video is, yes indeed, for the women. This is for the women who have a menstrual cycle. I will be talking about that time of the month, or AKA what I call it, Shark Week. Makes sense to me. So if you're familiar with my YouTube channel, about a month ago I put a video on there talking about what I do for Shark Week regarding like taking care of the pain. And I showed in that video that I take turmeric tablets and also my homemade turmeric tablets, and also what I do with the pain regarding like a tea. I love drinking tea. I'm not a coffee person. Teas have always been my thing, but I love making my own homemade teas that's getting a little low. I love making my own homemade teas and herbal medicine, but this episode is specifically what I do for just the care. So here we go. So first things first, I stopped using pads and tampons. Store-bought pads and tampons. As a matter of fact, for tampons, I stopped using those 15 years ago because I always had ovarian cysts, and I kind of put two and two together with that. And as soon as I stopped using them, of course, the cysts started to go away. And then this past summer, finding out that all the stuff that they put in, like the toxic chemicals, even in the organic brands or whatever, I think it was like a bleaching agent, and all these women are having issues, and said, you know what, that sounds exactly like that was going on with me. And then, so I just used pads. And then I kept breaking out just on the outside. So I realized, again, putting two and two together, I stopped using, like a year ago, this was a year ago, I ditched the store-bought pads, and what I ended up doing was getting cloth pads, and I'm never going back. So these I really, really like. I love the pattern. These are snap ones. I love the pattern. That's what really drew me into these, getting these specific ones. It's like a lacy pattern, and they're comfortable too. They're very, very comfortable. So my husband, for our anniversary in this past July of 7 years, he ended up getting me a 100-year-old treadle Singer sewing machine. And I'm excited about that because I love to sew. I've been sewing since I was like 11 or 12 years old, and I'm now in my mid-30s. And what I want to do is make my own homemade pads. And, I got to put my own little twist and spin on it. So with these ones in the Amazon pack that I got 6 altogether. And so I have these in. I will show you at the end of the video where I do keep these, but I always keep one in my purse. The other thing that I do that I stopped using is I stopped using toilet paper. Well, I'll let that sink in. Sorry, my phone keeps moving. My table's uneven and I have to fix that. But yes, I stopped using toilet paper. 2 years ago, the pandemic, whatever you want to call it now, 2 years ago now, I worked at Amazon. I worked at an Amazon warehouse, and when the toilet paper pandemic happened, or shortage happened, and nobody could get them in the stores, right? Me working there, like people, like I have never seen so much toilet paper in my life. It was everywhere. It was toilet paper and what are those cooker, not crock pots, but Instapots. It was toilet paper and Instapots. It was just endless of those. And so what I did was, I got this idea off of another YouTuber who I love their channel. They're another homesteader here in Washington State, and Rain Country Homestead, actually. And she did this, and I was like, we're in the middle of there's no toilet paper anywhere, and she was talking about how she did this, and I was like, that's a genius idea. So what I did was I went to one of my favorite stores, Joann's, and I got myself some fabric, some cloth fabric, and this is what I have been using for about a year now. Boy, let me tell you, like, these don't run out when, you know, you don't have to go out and buy these. You don't have to go out and buy pads because, you know, I have these ones, the reusable ones, and it's the same thing. Again, I have another, like, pattern there, but this just works really well for me. And this is another thing about being self-sufficient. I don't want to have to go out when the S hits the fan or whatever people want to call it. The stores shut down, and it's that time of the month. That's still going to happen. It's not just going to stop. If the zombie apocalypse happens or whatever, we're still going to be getting our monthlies. We are. It's not going to care. It's not going to care. So you still have to take care of yourself and just not relying. For me, it's not relying on anybody else. This is me. I mean, yeah, I know, like, back in the day, like, women used to use corn husks, you know. They used to use before toilet paper, people used, like, newspapers and corn husks and just, you know, it's just what they had to do to survive and take care of themselves during that time. And this is what I'm doing. I choose to do this. But the other thing that I use is this right here. This is homemade colloidal silver, if I could talk. Homemade colloidal silver, and it also has distilled water in it, and also my favorite essential oil, lemongrass, in it. So it smells really good. So what I do is cloth, spray, take care of myself. I'll clean, and I don't have to worry about going to the store to buy anything because I can just make all this stuff at home. So the other thing that I do is what I put it in. I got this at the Goodwill in my house, by my house. This was like $4. And it's a little trash can. It's a little trash can. And this little lid, you know, and this lid did not have, as you can see, this is the same color as the cloth that I bought. It was just the hole, and so I just super glued a cloth in it, and it's kind of perfect because I do this, and I put the used contents in it, and what I do, I take lemongrass oil or whatever I have at the time, and since this is like absorbent, I put some drops in here so it will mask any smell that may come from the trash can. So I put this right by the toilet and in our bathroom, and there you go. This is what I do. It's very simple. It's again, I'm just taking my health into my own hands, and that does include my Shark Week. And I don't, it doesn't bother me at all. I know I've had this conversation with a couple of family members, and they're looking at me like, you do what? You use used, reusable? It's like, yeah, I do. And I'm much healthier because of it. I'm not breaking out. I don't have ovarian cysts anymore. I'm taking care of every part of my body. And if they don't like it, they can kiss my ass. I do not care. I'm going to do me. All the way. So I chose these colors, obviously, these ones are for that time of the month. Yes. And when it's not that time of the month, I have just for not that time of the month, right? So, I like it. I do. It's comfortable. It smells good with my homemade stuff. I also have like a homemade spray that I carry in my purse along with this one. I'm not really into tampons at all, like in general. I had a hard time when I was wearing them. They didn't really sit right with me. No pun intended. Pun intended, maybe. But even with like the homemade tampons, I can make them, you know, but they're not for me. I don't want to do the homemade tampons. Like, I don't like the idea of tampons, period. I just don't. I'm good with I'm good with the pads. I'm good with the pads. And also, I'm doing the same thing for my daughter. In the kids' bathroom, she has her own little box, and she has her own cloth squares in there, and she's learning how to take care of herself without the toilet paper. And it's awesome because the two girls in the house, think about it, us girls, us women, we have to use toilet paper every day. And so the two girls in our house and my family of 6, we're saving a lot of money. We don't have to buy toilet paper as much. Well, I hope that this video was informational for you ladies out there who still get that time of the month. This is what I choose to do, to take my health into my own hands, and I hope that this inspires you somehow. Thank y'all for joining me for this video of what can I do today, and remember to ask yourselves, what can y'all do, especially for this topic? Take matters in your own hands. And it wouldn't be a true video without little Missy over here photo bombing, video bombing. Ah!